Get the best silky or velvet do-rags at wavymerch.com.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick Wavy. I'm back with a new video. Someone made a comment on my last video and they asked me to talk about my tattoos. And I feel like I've been gone for so long from YouTube that I haven't even explained to you what happened. And you guys probably haven't even seen me with the tattoos. So this video is gonna break everything down into a few categories and we're gonna talk about it. So the first tattoo I ever got, I was either 16 or 17. This was the era where if you were light skinned with tattoos and a Tisa snapback, you're automatically racking up every girl, bro. At that point, I'm like, okay, so I gotta go get tatted. Let's go get tatted. My first ever tattoo was my mom's name. And the reason why I got my mom's name is because I was a minor and couldn't get my mom's permission to get a tattoo. So if I break that ice and my first tattoo is the name of her, she won't be that mad, so. Thinking ahead. Another reason why I got tattoos besides that was because every tattoo I have, it tells a story. My left arm represents things that have hurt me and kind of given me solitude where I had no other choice but to move forward. Things that affected me, and then my right arm are things that affected me in a positive way, things that have given me strength, maybe happy, you could say. And then I just filled out my arms this year. So every tattoo I do have, it has a story behind it and I can explain every single one. That's why it took me 16 years to finish, because as time passes, I come up with new ideas and I've been in new situations. And I think the best way for me to express that feeling is to get a tattoo. Does it hurt? Now, depends where you get your tattoo. My first ever tattoo was on my chest and I was a super skinny youth. So I'll post a picture right now, you guys can see it. That hurt because it was just straight bone. And everywhere else that your body has more bone density, I guess, and less fat around it, it's gonna hurt a little bit more. So my top 3 most painful tattoo spots were definitely my inner arm. I have the word sacrifice and the words wavy here. You can see when they get into the armpit area, that's just super tender skin. So there's just a needle that's scraping it. That's basically the best way to explain it. A needle that's just stabbing you and scraping you at the same time. The second most painful tattoo I got was most likely my roses. At the time I was super skinny, so it was just needle on bone. It was very painful. And then the third most painful tattoo I got was the wings, which is the collarbone area right here. The collarbone, again, is just a sensitive area where it's mostly bone, and that was my top 3 most painful. So now the good question is, what was the reaction from the girls? Now, I've always had tattoos throughout the years, and I've slowly built up my collection. But when I popped out with the 2 arm sleeves, everyone was like, oh, when did Nick get fully tatted like that? And this would have been 2023. That's when I was like, I'm tatted now. Honestly, I never got any messages from girls. No girl messaged me saying, oh my God, I love your tattoos. I never got that. But I think women would be more open to talking to me. Maybe because I just look interesting now. Because if you have full tattoos, yo, I'm sure you have a story to tell, And I don't know if it's because girls like the bad boy look, but I feel like when I got tatted, it was good. It was good. It was good. It's very good. All in all, the money that I spent on my tattoos, give or take, was $10,000. Depending on the artist, it'll be charged hourly, and then some artists will charge you on the piece. I don't know if they judge that on how long it takes them, but I would say 10 grand, give or take, throughout 16 years of getting tattoos to completely tat my body from arm and chest. Do I have any regrets? I'm not gonna say I regret getting tattoos, because every tattoo I have, I got it when I was feeling something. Like I said earlier, sometimes the best way for me to express what I'm feeling is through a tattoo. Every tattoo I have tells a story. So I don't regret it, and I don't have any tattoos I regret. But as I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate people who don't have any tattoos at all. Because you've made it this far in life, society and media kind of pushes tattoos. People on Instagram, you see them fully tatted up. You go outside, they're tatted up. So if you were able to not get tattoos, I kind of respect it. This will sound so contradictory because I have full tattoos. I don't necessarily like women who have tattoos anymore, because I remember when I got tattooed, I remember how I felt. I feel like for some of my tattoos, I was in a dark place. The only way that I could express that was from a tattoo. So if my girl has been to those dark places, I don't want my girl to be in those dark places. I want my girl to have a nice, easy, soft, comfortable life. But if I know she's fully tatted, either she really likes the art or whatever, I'm being super hypocritical right now. They're still sexy, don't get me wrong. But I think it's the same thing with men. I've just started to appreciate and respect people who have no tattoos at all. If I were to choose between a girl who has tattoos and no tattoos, I'll most likely choose a girl who has no tattoos. These are my tattoo boundaries. I'll never get a tattoo that I can't hide. I've had tattoos for so long, and there's certain situations where I don't want people to know that I have tattoos, or I don't want them to see my tattoos. If I'm going to a family dinner with my cousins and uncles and everything, I don't want to have tattoos showing. I wear a long sleeve. And you'll never be able to tell that I have tattoos because everything is covered. If I had tattoos on my hand, tattoos on my neck, tattoos on my face, to each their own, but it's impossible for me to hide that. And I personally don't want to be known as tatted all the time. So that's basically the end of this video. So am I gonna get any more tattoos? Probably not, to be honest. The only space I have left, I'm not gonna do my legs. I'm not gonna do my stomach. The only place that's available is my back. If I start my back, I'm gonna have to finish my back. So I don't know if I wanna do all that just yet. So post in the comments down below how you feel about tattoos. Do you think it's a fad, even though they've been around for so long? So are you against tattoos? What do you think about women who have tattoos? What do you think about guys who have tattoos? Post that on the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like the video and hit the subscribe button. If there's any other videos that you want me to talk about, hit me up on IG, Nick_Wavy. I'm super active on that. And this is my tattoo story, y'all. Catch you on the next one.